This is a logical flaw question, and we have to find out what the argument fails to take into account. The conclusion is that adolescents in Keating are more likely to become literate than the adolescents in Nickelby. The missing link is between all the information presented in the argument and the conclusion that the adolescents in Keating are more likely to become literate than the adolescents in Nickelby. Our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is that the argument assumes that the literacy rates in the two cities were similar 3 years ago. Answer choice A. The argument is concerned with literacy rate, which is the number of adolescents per 100 adolescents. So the absolute number of adolescents or the juvenile population has no bearing on the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice B. This answer choice talks about literacy rates in the two cities 3 years ago. If 3 years ago the two cities had similar literacy rate, it indicates that 40% rise in Keating is better than 12% rise in Nickelby. However, if the two cities had different literacy rates 3 years ago, then this comparison between 40% and 12% cannot be properly drawn because the basis on which the percentages are calculated would be different. In that case, the conclusion would be weakened. So the failure to consider this information is the flaw in the argument. Let's keep this on hold. Answer choice C. The argument mentions literacy rate, which is the number of adolescents per 100 adolescents who are literate. So it can be inferred that from this literacy rate, the number of literate adolescents and the number of illiterate adolescents per 100 adolescents can be calculated. In other words, it can be inferred that the ratio of literate to illiterate juveniles is already considered in the argument. So this answer choice does not indicate any information, failing to account for which would be a flaw in the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice D. The argument considers the literacy rate, that is the number of adolescents per 100 adolescents. So the absolute number of population or the rate of change of population has no bearing on the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice E. The argument is concerned with literacy rate in the two cities and the expenditure on juvenile education is out of scope. So this answer choice is not the flaw in the argument. Let's eliminate it. B is the correct answer choice.